Hello and welcome to a day in 15 minutes UPSC Prelims Daily Current Affairs. Today is 15th March 2020 and the topics for discussion are Additional Tier 1 bonds or AT1, then we have GST Council, then Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment Mission, that is GRACE mission, then we have National Biopharma mission, then Circuit Breaker in Stock Market. These are the topics for discussion today. Coming to the first topic, that is Additional Tier 1 bonds or AT1. This is in news because RBI is regulating this AT1 bond. So they are a type of unsecured bond. There's a perpetual bond that banks give to to shore up the core capital base to meet the Basel III norms. So they are like any other bonds issued by the banks or company, but slightly higher rate of interest will be there compared to other bonds. So the RBI will be the regulator of these bonds. So what is the function? It is to shore up their capital base to meet the Basel III norms. So according to Basel III norms, there should be a minimum of this much of capital base for each banks. Okay. So two routes are given through which these bonds can be acquired. One is through initial private placement that offers AT1 bonds by bank that is seeking to raise money. The second one is the secondary market buys of the already traded AT1. So there is initial private placement, that's for the first time it is hitting the market, and then there is secondary market buys of the already traded one. Okay. So these bonds are listed and traded on the exchanges like any other bonds. So if an AT1 bondholder needs money, he can sell it in the market like the usual market mechanism. Okay, but the investors cannot return these bonds to the issuing banks and get the money. This means there is no put option available to the holders. That is one thing, because bank itself want to raise the money, right? So however, the issuing banks have the option to recall AT1 bonds issued by these particular banks. Okay. And what is the Basel III norms we are talking about? It is a regulation. Okay, it's an international regulatory accord that introduces a set of reforms in order to improve the regulation or the supervision or even the risk management within the banking sector, because this was started after the 2008 financial crisis. And under Basel III norms, the banks are asked to maintain a minimum level of capital. They have to maintain it. So if the bank don't have that capital, what they do? They issue this AT1 bond in order to raise money as a usual market mechanism. Understood? Okay. The next topic is Goods and Services Tax Council. So the 39th GST Council meet happened recently, and they decided to increase the GST rates on mobile phones from 18% to 18% from 12%. Earlier it was 12%, now it is 18%. So in coming days, the price of the mobile phone is going to shoot up. Okay. So GST Council is a constitutional body. Which is the article? It is Article 279A. What they do, they make recommendations to the union and the state government on issues related to GST. It was introduced by Constitutional Amendment Act 101, right, 101 Amendment Act of 2006-16, and every decision of this particular council shall be taken at a meeting by a majority not less than 3/4 of the weighted votes of the members. Okay, 3/4 of the weighted votes of the member present and voting. So there is some principles in the voting criteria. The vote of the central government shall given a weightage of 1/3 of the total vote, and the votes of all the state governments together shall weight 2/3 of the total cast vote. That is how the voting mechanism happens. And as per the Article 279 of the Constitution, they will have a joint forum between the center and the state. So the members of the joint forum will be, the chairperson will be the finance minister, union finance minister, and the union minister of state in charge of revenue and finance will be there. Then minister in charge of finance or taxation or any other minister nominated by state government will be there in the council. Okay, it is as per the Article 279A. Very important. The next topic is GRACE mission. So the researchers from Indian Institute of Geomagnetism. Okay, you might have heard about Geomagnetism Institute. It is under Science and Technology Department, and it is an autonomous institution as well. So they found that the mighty Himalayas subside and move up depending upon the seasonal change in the groundwater. Okay, so if there is any change in the groundwater, that can actually affect Himalayas, and it moves according to that. That is what they found. The Himalayan foothills and the Indo-Gangetic plains, they are sinking because it's contiguous area and it is rising due to tectonic activity associated with the landmass movement or continental drift. The new study, it shows that the subsidence or the uplift are found associated with the seasonal changes in the groundwater. Okay, and the researchers have made the combined use of GPS, that's a global positioning system, and the GRACE data. What is GRACE? Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment data in order to identify this or quantify the variations that is happening in the groundwater or the hydrological mass. Understanding it? So that is why GRACE is in news. Now I'll tell you what GRACE is. Okay, this is a mission which was launched in 2002, and it's a second mission under NASA Earth System Science Pathfinder ESSP program. So the main aim of the GRACE mission was to accurately map whatever variations that happens in the Earth's gravity field. So it consists of two spacecraft, one that fly about 220 kilometers apart in a polar orbit 500 kilometers above the Earth. Okay, so it has two identical spacecraft that flies about 220 kilometers apart in the polar orbit 500 kilometers above the Earth. And the GRACE maps Earth's gravity field that I have already told you. Say they give accurate measurement of the gravity fields with help of these two spacecraft. Okay. There is another thing here, that is GRACE FO mission, that is follow on mission of GRACE. So this is a successor to the original mission, and it was launched in 2018, and it has partnership with NASA and the German Research Center for Geosciences, and it also works in the field of tracking Earth's water movement to monitor whatever change happens in the underground water storage. Okay, and that's all you have to know about GRACE FO. The next topic is National Biopharma Mission, NBM. So the detail about the mission was stated by the Minister of Science and Technology and Health and Family Welfare and Earth Sciences in a written reply in Lok Sabha. That is why it is in news. So what do we learn about it? It is a collaborative mission. It is an industry academia collaborative mission. That means industry as well as the academic sector come together in order to implement it, and what they do, they accelerate the biopharmaceutical development in the country. So the mission was approved in 2017, and the cost estimated was 1,500 crore and is 50% co-funded by World Bank loans. So World Bank has a major role to play in it. And the mission is implemented by Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council. What is it? BIRAC. You're very familiar about it, I know that. So Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council, BIRAC, is implementing NBM. And the oversight to the mission activities is provided by another committee, that's an Interministerial Steering Committee, and it is being chaired by Department of Biotechnology Secretary. Okay, so under the mission, the government has launched Innovate in India I3 program. I3 program has been there in current affairs for last 2 years. So it is a very active news. So Innovate in India was launched according to this program, this mission, to create enabling ecosystem to promote entrepreneurship in biopharma, also manufacturing in biopharma sector. Okay, so they focus on 4 areas. One is the development of the projects or the products that leads to vaccines or biosimilars or medical devices that is relevant to the people, to the public. Okay, another thing is upgradation of the shared infrastructure facility. Whatever facility we have to upgrade it to actually create more vaccines or biosimilars or run more researchers. Again, building this human capital. Human capital can be only brought about by training. Okay, so that should be done. And the fourth thing is technology transfer offices. If there is a best practice working out globally in some other country, we can adopt it by signing a bilateral agreement, and we transfer technologies from successful countries, or from our country also we transfer technology to the poor countries. So such things also will be established. So these are the four verticals coming under it. Okay. The next topic is circuit breaker in stock market. So Bombay Stock Exchange, they experienced a very big fall in their market, around 8.2%. That's the second biggest single day fall, and it is actually the biggest fall was during 2008 financial crisis, and now this is it. Okay, since the indexes plunged more than 10% each day earlier, a circuit breaker was triggered for the first time since 2009, halting trading for 45 minutes. So there was no trading for 45 minutes. Okay, so what is the circuit breaker? So circuit breakers are basically, it is triggered to prevent markets from crashing. So this happens when the market participants starts to panic. They have the fear that their stocks are going to fail or overvalued, or if they decides to sell their stocks. So in June 2001, SEBI implemented index-based market-wide circuit breakers. So this will be applied in 3 stages of the index movement at 10, 15 and 20%. So when triggered, what happens is that these circuit breakers, they bring about a coordinated trading halt. Okay, basically they halt everything, all the equity derivative markets nationwide. So in pan India level, it will be stopped or halted. That's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you so much and good night. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Follow our website newiascap.com for detailed content and monthly prelims digest. Also join our current affairs exclusive test series through the website. And finally, participate in the daily current affairs prelims infotainment quiz at our Telegram channel Neo IAS Prelims at 9:30 p.m. every day. Thank you.